Hello, welcome to Record Sports live broadcast from the Celtic AGM. My name's Daniel Coe. I'm delighted to be joined by Record Sports Michael Gannon. Mick, it was a day that a lot of fans thought could end up being a bit chaotic and a bit a bit of mayhem, and it didn't disappoint, did it?
Well, listen, mate, I think we knew it was going to be a kind of volatile and, like you say, lively AGM. I don't think anyone could see this happening. Um, to sum it up, the AGM was basically abandoned after half an hour. But that's only the start of it, really. I mean, there was problems right from the start. When the board introduced, there was boos and red cards, and I think we got about 4 minutes in, and Peter Lawler had to kind of adjourn and suspend it for half an hour. After one of the fans approached the top table and was kind of shouting a ball on, and it sparked a bit of an outburst. They postponed it for half an hour. They come back in, then they kind of rolled the usual kind of VT section of the AGM. That went by without too much incident. Apart from, well, I say that incident, there was a walkout before that. A section of the shareholders walked out, about 100 or so, walked out the meeting, then came back. They actually then they come back in after the VT section. But then it really escalated. We had Ross Desmond, the son of majority shareholder Dermot Desmond, had a statement on behalf of him and his dad, and it kind of lit the blue torch paper, really. It went very much kind of first on the defensive of his dad and the board, and then it went on the offensive, saying that they won't be railroaded by fans who are bullied the board members. The criticism of it was something that was shameful, he said, dehumanising, and then referenced the kind of this dispute with the kind of Green Brigade section and the kind of the flashpoint against Falkirk that's caused this kind of was a 6-game ban with potentially more. It basically accused the anti-establishment faction of causing disruption and all this kind of stuff. It was really quite strong stuff, a really kind of passionate kind of attack against groups of supporters who have criticised the club, and that's what really kind of triggered the kind of real anger. There was kind of shouts from the floor at that point, and kind of boos, and at that stage, Peter Lawler, as chairman, stepped in and basically stopped the AGM, called a halt.
Wow.
And that was it, really. So the big question is, where did they go from here? I mean, it really was. I mean, the anger and resentment in the room was palpable. It was just, I mean, it's unbelievable, really. It's just hard. It's hard to get your head around. So soon afterwards, it was kind of chaotic. Right, I mean, I think the very final line was Ross Desmond saying, "I know I've put a target on my back by saying this," but and at that point, that's when Peter Lawler stepped in. I guess it's a bit like a boxing match. They step in too early. I think I wanted to hear the rest of the statement on behalf of his dad. It was incredible stuff. You'll see it on our website just now and this afternoon, pretty much the full transcript. It was pretty strong stuff. I mean, there was a couple of things in the VT part, the video statements from Lawwell and Nicholson were a bit more kind of contrite. I mean, admitting there was mistakes made, but justifying the kind of the board's success over a long period of time. Things like lessons to learn from the summer, but and there was a justification of the kind of money in the bank and the volatility of European football, having to safeguard against financial problems and not getting themselves to bother like the 90s and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that was kind of what I thought was going to be the tone at points, but then obviously Ross Desmond he's obviously him and his father have been getting a lot of criticism and abuse of late, so they really went on the front foot. And came out swinging. But the question is, where does this go now? I mean, this is not a step towards peace or a step towards kind of a period of calm being restored. This is escalation.
Feels the opposite.
So, I mean, this is the thing. This is getting a big jerry can of petrol and throwing it all over on the flames. Maybe it shouldn't be surprising. I mean, it's like we've seen in recent statement from Dermot Desmond and how strong that was with Brendan Rodgers. So Brendan Rodgers got flamed, and now it's the fans who have criticised them who have been flamed. Um, but again, so where does it go next? I mean, this is a club it's not got a manager at the moment. Goodness knows what any potential managers were thinking. From the outside looking in, they must be, bemused. It's a club that's, the most successful club in the country. Serial winners. Okay, it's not been a great season, but it's mayhem breaking out around the scenes. It's hard to get your head around, isn't it?
It really is. And just to be clear though, Mick, a few people asking how long did it actually last, and just to confirm,
I can tell you exactly. It was 4 minutes and 37 seconds until it was adjourned, and then to come back, it was another 24 minutes before it was shelved. So
wow.
All in half an hour, and match abandoned after half an hour.
And just to be clear, Mick, there was absolutely no voting on any resolutions, no Q&A, nothing like that.
Never got to the voting stage. Never got to any Q&A stage, which I think a lot of shareholders will be disappointed the way it worked out, because I think that was the part. I think the chance to ask questions was what they wanted to be here for. So yeah. I don't think anyone was pleased how that's transpired. Listen, you've got to say that North Desmond and they've got a right to kind of reply. They've kind of taken the hits, and I guess they've got every entitlement to come out. Quite what they thought they would gain from being that strong and that kind of offensive. I don't know. It just seemed to be. People were sitting with their jaws on the floor. It was so bold and forward. It wasn't. It certainly wasn't an olive branch. That's for sure. It was a big stick.
Looking at the comments that we've got coming in, Mick, and if you're watching at home and you want to get involved, please do so. Gary says, what a way to treat fans and shareholders. It's a board full of parasites. Michael says the AGM should be a bit of decorum. You're better than that. Thomas says that Jeanette Finlay, who I think was the fan, our shareholder that got up at the start, was wrong to do what she did. She should know better. It gets us nowhere. Tobias says it was always going to turn into a rabble. Like you, Mick, I've got absolutely no idea where Celtic as a whole go from here. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah. I just think I don't see any way back to peace anytime soon. That's obviously this kind of dispute with the ultras groups as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they get banned for the season now. I think they could be disbanding that section. I just think it's incredible that they can have almost self-inflicted damage that the club is inflicting on itself. It's a club that's won everything for 20 odd years. They've won 13 out of 14 titles, a double last year, minutes away, a penalty kick away from a treble last year. To go from that to this so quickly, it just seems unbelievable. It's mind blowing. I say, anyone from outside, imagine people come up from England or further afield and thinking, what is going on here? Yeah. What is going on? This club, this infighting and civil war that's broken out. But as terms of a pathway back to some sort of unity, listen, it's beyond me. I don't know. Is there going to be? Is the board now entrenched now, and we'll try and ride it out? I don't see how that's going to be the case now. I think this is just caused further divide. It's clear that I don't know. Dermot Desmond's not going to budge. He's clearly. You get the anger. These statements are now getting posted on the club website and now read out at the AGM. The sheer anger coming from them is unbelievable. It's part of me. You can sense it. It's there now. The words are there in black and white. But fair play to Ross Desmond. He wasn't holding back either. So it's a proper all-out battle now.
Yeah.
Between the board, the majority shareholder, and the supporters. And I just don't know where it goes. There's a new manager to come in. God help him.
I know. You're right.
He's walking into this situation. Martin Neil, we're going to talk to Martin Neil shortly. Goodness knows what he thinks of all this as well. Martin has come back. He's taking charge after it looks like a fallout between the manager and the powers that be. And he's making his clips and getting on with it and doing quite well. And the fans are loving it. He got a warm response. He was the only one that got a warm response at the
I was
start.
going to ask you about that. Yeah.
He's now going to have to come and talk to us about a game against St Mirren tomorrow night after this. I mean, it's incredible, really, how the politics have kind of overtaken the football around the club, and it's like I say, goodness knows how the path back to peace works now. I don't know. I can't see it at the moment in front of me.
I know, Mick, you have to be getting on, as you say, Martin O'Neill. You'll be speaking to him quite soon. Just very briefly before I let you go, a couple of more comments have come in. This one from the Slabbering Cabbage says, this has caused more embarrassment and spotlight our board will absolutely hate. David says, all the board do is steal our money, Mick. Look at the ticket office we have. It's absolutely disgrace. Colin says that Desmond statement is disgraceful. Paul says, this can't continue. There has to be a more constructive way of moving forward and tackling the underlying issues. Anarchy and unrest will not solve the issues at hand. And just finally, Mick, Stevie says, this has played right into the board's hands. They've got away with one, not having to answer any questions. And that leads me to ask, Mick, is there any suggestion that the voting, the Q&A, is this going to be rearranged? Is it going to happen at a later date, or is that it? I mean...
Listen, I think there's company law and regulations that have contingencies for this kind of thing. I mean, it's beyond my pea brain, unfortunately. But there will be. I don't know if there's a kind of way they can unravel it, kind of virtually or online, or I don't know. There will be a mechanism, a contingency for this kind of, maybe not quite this kind of event, but a match abandonment. There has to be a way of arranging a replay behind closed doors. I'd imagine. We'll find that out as the day goes on. I think, see, people who are far more intelligent than me will know the kind of intricacies of business law. That it will at some stage be sorted out. But in terms of the wider picture of where the club goes from here, a massive question mark. I really don't know now, because this was so divisive. Listen, I think there's points on both sides. I think some of the abuse that the board are taking has been too personal. I think some of the criticism has been unfair. I mean, the club has been massively successful. Yeah. At the same time, there has been mistakes made. There have been. I mean, the reason the fans are upset is because they do spend their hard-earned money, and all they want is the club to be the best it possibly can be. Is that the case right now? It's up for debate. I mean, the European thing is something. I mean, Celtic defend this European record. I think it's pretty embarrassing. So I get that frustration. Is the frustration disproportionate to the situation? You could argue possibly, but I get the frustration, because if you're spending your £800 for season ticket and you're not seeing it on the park, I get it.
No, absolutely.
So I understand how it's went from being angry and upset about where the club's been run to this is up. We've now turned it up several notches now to an all-out civil war. And this is crisis time for Celtic. Yeah. Incredibly. I mean, this is a club that's been trundling along and hoovering up trophies and now under crisis. And I've got to be honest, I don't quite know how it's got to this point. Listen, I say it's no day for probably tortured analogies, but it's like, I mean, it's literally an argument over doing dishes with the missus that ends up in the divorce courts. It's gone from 0 to 100 so quickly, and people and everyone on both sides just keeps adding more gasoline to the bonfire. So at some point we're going to need the both sides are going to need to get the hoses out at some point and try and quell these flames and try and calm the situation down. But how that happens, I have no idea. Coffee and Nan, we need to come in and sort this out.
Me neither. Mick, listen, massively appreciate you jumping on to do this. I know you've got plenty of other duties to be getting on with. Everyone watching at home, thank you so much for watching. And you can follow all of Mick's reporting on Record Sport Online. I'm sure there's plenty more to come throughout the day. But for now, Mick, thank you so much for joining us.
No worries. I'm going to talk about flames. Not so big. Heat's freezing out here. But yeah, I'll keep you posted what's happening the rest of the day. We'll find out who's got the sore knees and sore hamstrings for Saturday's game, because obviously that's going to be the top of importance now. But yeah, we'll see how this all pans out this afternoon.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for watching at home, and stick with us at Record Sport Online for all of the latest news. Cheers.